Hello, my lovely people. Today we are going to be talking about my very favorite subject, which is quantum jumping. You probably saw 100 different episodes online everywhere on the internet telling you what it is, and you hear it all over like Instagram, social media. And a lot of people think that it might be like a very woo thing, or it's basically like a trending thing. In fact, in reality, it's actually a very simple concept that I would love to explain to you today and show you, most importantly, how to use it in your everyday life. Because it's not about knowing those concepts, but how to actually apply them and how to change your life today, or at least start changing it today. Because this is the whole process. As I mentioned earlier, the whole concept is actually very simple. It might sound complicated because we use it, we associate it with like quantum physics, and it sounds so complicated. But honestly, I am a very intuitive person. And yeah, when I was in college, when I was in high school, I was very much into math, as they say, like I was very much into science. But to me, currently in life, I am definitely more intuitive. And to me, if I feel that it's working, when I feel that I understand it like in my bone, as a wisdom that is in my body, I don't really need to, find a scientific explanation for it. There are plenty of places where you can find it. People like Joe Dispenza, he goes more into this. There are different resources. To me, what is more important is for everyone to be able to grasp the concept. And it's not about going like very deep into fancy quantum physics and understand that. You might try to do that. I'm not stopping you. Go for it. I'm all in. But this video is for everybody else who just wants to start applying this wisdom and start changing their life. Because as I said, the concept and the principles are actually very simple. The problem is that they are precisely the opposite of what we've been told ever since we were growing up. So once you get it, once you know what to do, it is very simple. But the difficult part is kind of like people are creatures of habit. So breaking the habit and actually applying this into your life and starting doing it in an opposite manner that you used to be doing that throughout your whole life. So as I said, and I will keep repeating this, it's actually very simple. Once you get it, you can watch this video a couple of times so that you actually get it. You will get it the first time, but you can watch it every single day because you might need it to, to break the habit, to inspire yourself, to remind you that this is how it works. Because it's kind of like deprogramming ourselves from everything that we used to believe, everything that we thought that we are, and actually applying that in a completely different way. So let's begin. So I will introduce to you two very simple concepts on how to get everything we're going to be talking about. So first of all, how are things currently working? When we think about our world and our reality, it usually works like this. And I will use mostly the example of our professional world because this is what I focus on, but you can apply that to pretty much anything. So let's say I made some notes so that I don't lose track, so I might be looking down here. Anyway, so basically the way that we were taught how things work right now is this way. So first, you need to have something. Once you have it, you're going to start doing something. And once you do something, you're going to become something. So let me give you an example. So very social media, 2020, for example. Once I have the followers, I will start doing something. I will start making a course, and then I will feel like a star. Or once I have more time, or once I have money, I will start doing things, and then I'll be someone. So once I have money, I will start a company, I'll start doing what I wanted to do, and then I'll become entrepreneur. So all sorts of different things that are actually, to me, nothing else but excuses. Don't kill me. I'll tell you why in a second. Because all of those things that you want to be at the end, you can become right now. And in the simplest terms, when you become this is quantum jumping. This is quantum shift, quantum leap, whatever you want to call it. Once you embody this person, you can just start doing that right now. So the whole concept is basically in the quantum physics or the quantum world, how to change who you are and how to change your reality is taking this equation the opposite way. So first you become someone, then you start aligned action according to this, and then your reality changes, so the physical world changes. And a lot of people, as I said, they like to use it as an excuse. So we say that we need to have money, we need to have more time, we need to have a whole list. I said, like, if I had famous parents, have you ever had that? If I had more money, if I came from a wealthy family, if I had more connections, and guess what? Like, I get it. For some people, it might be easier. For others, actually, you never know. Because I know people from wealthy families, you might have a lot of money, but a lot of people who have money, they don't necessarily simply start the companies and start doing things just because they have money. So, and the other thing is, you can start pretty much doing anything, right here, right now, without any excuses. So, and I'll give you an example. If you want to be an actress, you can start acting right now. You can start embodying the energy, the person who's standing on the stage in front of millions of people. You can start embodying that energy even on a small scale. And once you do it, the reality will follow. So the physical world will follow. So the manifestation thing is basically first the embodiment of that energy, and then the physical world will follow and will come to you. So this is the manifestation, because these things will come to you. And I'll give you like more examples of that in a second. So, as I said, for most of us, we think that we need to have something first, that there is something missing, so that we need this physical reality in order to start doing things. So once I do things, then I'm going to become something. So even like a simple examples, like when I go on vacation, I'll have time to relax. I will relax then. And then I will feel regenerated. And then I'll feel like more inclined to do things, right? Or you can start feeling relaxed in a sense like you can choose to do this here and now. So you don't have to go to the other side, you don't have to go to Costa Rica to relax and have fun. You can start doing that right here, right now. If you want to travel, that's another thing. Like, we can do that. We can create that reality as well, but I'll tell you how to do it a little bit later on. You can start embodying the energy of a person that you want to be. If you want to have a company, start thinking like, okay, you want to have a company, what kind of company? What kind of problem are you solving? What are you offering to the people? So let's say you have an idea, and then you will keep thinking like, I need to have money in order to start. How about you start doing that on a smaller scale? Or even if you still need money, why do you think you need to have it come only through a monetary thing? Maybe you'll find an investor, maybe you'll find, I don't know, somebody else. Something like another resolution that will help you start the company, right? But first you need to embody, like decide, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing in life, and embody fully this energy. And then the physical reality will follow. And a lot of people, in order to kind of avoid the person they want to become, they use an excuse of what they don't have in life. So number one thing that you can start doing currently right now is Stop being the victim of your reality. I know it's a very hard pill to swallow, but I'll keep repeating it thus many, many times. We love to be the victim of our reality. So the number one step of changing your physical reality and changing your life is taking full responsibility. Only you created the life that you have right now. It's only you. Your vibration, whatever we call it, you created this life. But the good news is you are also the only person who can change it. It's not the outside world. The outside world is everything that resonates from your being. So as I said, first you are somebody, and then that translates how it goes outwards. So first you embody this energy, first you're somebody, and then your physical world aligns with this. So if you feel like you're a victim, and then everybody else's fault, the economy is bad, your parents traumatized you when you were young, all sorts of things, and yes, I've been there, so I know what I'm talking about. The moment you take responsibility and actually understand that you are the only person who's creating your own reality, then and only then you can start changing it, because that's when you realize that since you are the person who created it, you are the one who can change it. And you can start changing it right now. You don't have to wait until you will have anything, more time, more money, more resources. How many stories did you have? Did you hear people starting like their YouTube channel with only like a microphone? And a lot of success stories start with like, I had nothing and then I decided I wanted to do this. What all of those people had in common. And I'm going to give you a few things that you can start doing right now. So as I said, being responsible and taking responsibility, full on responsibility for who you are. And when you realize that, you can do the next thing, which is start creating a vision of who you truly want to be. And when I say who do you want to be, it's not about, I want to be somebody, it's like a different version, or you're pretending to be somebody. As I said, and I'll be saying this, you will hear me saying this many, many times. There is a true version of us, a truth, like higher self, unlimited version of us. And there is a version of us that, that our divine nature is kind of like covered in all of this programming, and we soaked in all of those things and we believe them. But this is not who we truly are. These are only just beliefs that are actually nothing else but, an illusion, and it's not really true. But we soak that in, and I'll be telling you more about this in a second. But basically, deep, 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 deep inside, you know who you truly are. And whenever you have some deep desires inside of you, like you always wanted to be a singer, or you always wanted to travel the world, or you always wanted to serve people in a certain way, that's the voice of your soul or your higher self, whatever you want to call it. That's your true nature. That's your actually true voice. And this voice can give you, or can start giving you, the vision of who you want to be. And this is very important. Whenever I work with anybody, with any client, we start with the vision. Who do you want to be? And at the beginning, it might be very distorted by the programming that you have. So for example, as I said, we bought many different lines. So like, if I had this, if I were somebody, it would be much easier to do X, Y, and Z. So you might feel like your vision and your goals and whoever you want to be, it's very unrealistic. That's very, 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 very common thing. And you feel like it's unrealistic because you're still like soaked and touched by all of this conditioning and programming that sold you this lie that there's some limits to what can you achieve. And I'm here to tell you that whatever deep inside, if you had any deep desires, they're here to be manifested. And whatever you came up with in your head, whatever idea came to your mind, there's a timeline in the world in which this can happen. So this is basically number one thing. Start creating your vision. And your vision is just like a different, like a person, the version of you that is cleaned, like with a rubber, we can clean out all the programming and all of the limiting beliefs that you bought throughout your life. So once we erase that, you can start to think, what kind of reality do you want to have? And again, we're going to come back to this like be, do, and have. So be, who do you want to be? So creating a vision could be like very simple as starting like, what kind of life do you want to have? So who do you want to be? And you don't have to tell me like, it's not, we are not our job. So like, you're not a doctor, you're not a lawyer. This is not who you are. You are the divine, beam of light. And the energy that you embody gives you like whatever, a job or something. But you are unlimited. So you are this divine, beautiful being here on earth. So who do you want to be? Do you want to be free? For me, for many, many years, I knew that I want to have freedom in life. And freedom can have different aspects, like freedom, financial freedom, freedom of time, freedom of movement, be able to travel the world. It can have many different things, right? I wanted to be happy in life. Simple as that. I didn't know how to create this happiness at that point, like a couple of years ago. But I wanted to have fun in life. I wanted to have joy and like enjoy myself. Simple as that, right? Like when I was 20 something, I had no idea that my life would turn up like it is right now. But at that point, that was all that I could think about. To me, for many, many years in my spiritual journey, it was all about like, I want freedom in life. I actually want to be happy. There is still something missing. So that pushed me, right, to start working with this. But start creating the reality that you want to have. So start with the feelings. How do you want to feel in this reality? So as I said, like freedom, joy, etc. All those things. Then start thinking, okay, how does this person behave? So think about as you are an avatar. So it's not you, because your current you creates this physical reality. And we are here to change your reality. So you can handcraft it. You can like write it from scratch. How do you want it to be? So think about like kind of like reverse engineer this whole system. You need to, before you start manifesting things, you need to like pinpoint what do you want exactly. So begin with like who you are, because you will want to embody this energy as soon as possible right now. So then how does this person, like think about the avatar. Here is your current self and here is your future self, or like your avatar who's free, happy, joyous, etc. How does this person behave? How do they dress? Where do they go? How do they spend their free time? How do they act? How do they serve other people? And as I said, the more work you do internally, the more limiting beliefs you release, the more accessible the full vision will be. So I had many pictures of how my life would look like. It would be just like snapshots. I had no idea how this is going to materialize, but to me it was always like, this is my life. This is my life. I will always keep going to this vision. So you might have like a screenshot of your new world, of your new reality. So go to that. And then start thinking, okay, if I want a freedom, I want like all those amazing things in my life. And think about this version of you. And maybe we can start going to, okay, how do I serve people? What do I do in life? Who do I want to be? And then, I always talk about like creating quantum leaps in your professional life. If you're a solopreneur, like if you have a business or any sort of career, how do you want to change from your current position to your dream reality? So it's not like I currently play, in small scale productions, but I want to be the main character in a big production. So, in the old paradigm, it would be like, first you need to receive the role, then you're going to start acting this way, and then you're going to be a big movie star. And it's actually the opposite. So first you embody this energy, and then you start acting like that person, and then you attract this role, and then you act. And then you have this big production. Same with, like, I work with people who, in business, right? People say, oh, once I start making that amount of money, I will have freedom. That's my favorite, right? Once I will have freedom, I'll be able to travel more, I'll be able to have a family finally. Guess what? If you're not gonna sort out your things, you will never have the life that you want it to be, or the life that you want to have. So first you need to, like, reprogram your life so that you can start creating the reality in which you create your freedom. It doesn't come to you, like, out of nowhere. You need to proactively create that in your life. So then think about that version of you who's making maybe more money, who's happier. Are they more confident? Who they are as a person. Start thinking about that. What kind of energy do they embody? Are they more confident? There's more self-esteem usually. They're happier in life. They're enjoying yourself. So all sorts of things. And think about their reality. If you feel like you need to have more followers to be that person online, think about, okay, I am already that person who's, like, popular online. How do they act? They're probably very confident. They can probably speak freely in front of camera. Maybe they love talking to people. Who are they? Because first you embody that energy, then people come to you because you are magnetic. You attract that reality. So this is basically how that works. So this is the simple concept. And now I want to show you this, like, also visually. Because this will be very helpful. Like, maybe you've heard words like, be the frequency match for your new reality. As I said, I want to make spiritually very grounded, more relatable, and more accessible to everyone. So we're gonna go to more, like, spiritual lingo so that you know what people are talking about, but actually you know everything that you need to know already. So moving on, I'll show you the other way to visualize that. This was the first time I was recording kind of similar episodes in my podcast in Polish. I was showing in Akashic Records this visual. So I'm gonna show it to you in a second. Let's say there's, like, X and Y axis. And at the bottom, we have our physical reality. So this is the X. And on the Y scale, this is the energy or the frequency. See, so here we have the physical reality. Here we have the frequency. So currently you are here. This is where you are right now. So you don't need to know this, but you embody certain frequency. You are somebody, whatever that is. Like, a lot of that lingo also, by the way, like, this is a side note. Whenever I go to Akashic Records, and if you don't know what Akashic Records are, I will be recording a separate video and linking it down below. A lot of times they tell me, it's like talking to your higher self or, our spirit guides, etc. The way that they explain stuff is basically like, your language is very limited. So we give you the words that best describe it, but it's very still limited in this form. It's kind of like using metaphors. We give you those metaphors so that you understand those concepts, but in reality, it could be a little bit different. But anyhow, So we can call it frequency or the energy that you're currently in. I don't want you to be scared by this language, so bear with me. So as I said, number one step for everyone is to determine what is your vision. How do you want your life to look like? And it also like the energy, like who do you want to be as a person, but how do you want your reality to look like? So physically, where do you want to live? How do you want to live? And you don't need to tell me like the exact location, like little town in Italy, but you can say like, I want to live close to nature, maybe close to the sea, in the mountains, etc. So maybe you want to have a lot of money, maybe you want to travel the world, maybe you see yourself on a boat, whatever. And if you feel like anything that I'm saying right now is triggering to you, think about the limiting beliefs that you have, that you hold inside of you, that are holding you back from attracting this reality. Because if I'm telling you that you can have like multiple houses in multiple places, and you're like, oh my God, this person is greedy. Imagine like, will you ever attract this reality if you think that person who has 2 houses or a beautiful car or whatever is greedy? And you know, whenever you create a vision, this is another pro tip. 2 mistakes that I see people make. One of them is making somebody else's dreams come true. So is that your dream or is it your parents' dream? Because most of the times it turns out that we want to make our parents happy, or our boyfriend, our husband, our kids. So it's all about tapping into your deep desires. And for everyone, their vision is going to be completely different. And that's actually preferable because no 2 people are the same. And another thing is that I wrote down, I don't know. Oh yeah. The other thing is like you are holding your back. You are yourself holding you back. So think about your limiting beliefs. And as I said earlier, like with the boat and like having fencing things, and it's not even about the material world, but you know, money. I always keep talking about grounded spirituality. Money is a mean to get things. So money itself will not give you freedom, but it can buy you something that will give you freedom. So you can buy any car that will give you freedom of movement between places. And I remember like in one of the sessions, I asked somebody, how much money do you want to make per month if we're manifesting and like working on your stuff? And she told me like a certain number. And then, you know, I said like, really? Is that it? To me, it's not a big number, but you know, it's like all subjective, right? It's like, oh, I already feel guilty because a lot of people would have less. So again, our limiting beliefs. Do you think that if you make more, some people will be disadvantaged by this? Because how do you expect to manifest more money in life if you will feel guilty? You want to feel happy in your new reality, right? Correct? So think about those things. And whenever something is coming up, write down all of the limiting beliefs, because this is one of the things that you will need to overcome in order to create your dreamy reality. Coming back to the graph. So let's say that this is the new place that you want to be. You want to manifest different things in your physical reality. But the person who's manifesting this stuff, she is or he is on a different frequency. So in order to get there, I'm going to do, this is how we do it. So basically, this is where you want to be. So how do we get there? How do we get to that reality where you have more on a physical level? Or not even more, but maybe that's a different career. Maybe that's, a different reality. And the answer to this is you basically embody the energy of that person. And once you're here, this is your current place here and now. Once you get to this frequency, you can start creating this reality. So you will start attracting. So with time, you will automatically move here. But before your physical reality changes, you need to maintain this frequency. So you need to maintain being that person. So once you are in that position, or once you localize where you want to be by creating your vision, the next step is start taking aligned actions. So as I said, if you want to be popular, will be a good example. Okay, I know, having more freedom as a business owner, right? If you want to have more freedom, start embodying this energy. Start thinking about, okay, how my life would look like if I have more freedom. Freedom, is it freedom of movement? How do I feel when I have more free time to spend with my family? Do we go more on vacation? Things like that. Start thinking about your avatar self. How does that person look like? Who they are, how do they feel, how do they act, and start acting. Because I bet you $1 million that person does not behave like your current self. They do not, because if they did, you would be at the level of your physical reality. You will have that life. So, do they delegate, for example? Are they good leaders? Are they good, at delegating stuff? Are they stressed at work? Maybe they're relaxed. So start thinking about how can I start making moves towards that. And most of the time, the things that will come up are your limiting beliefs. So your conditioning, your programming, your subconscious mind will show you, what do you still fear? What are your beliefs? Why are you trapped in this reality? Because going to a different reality is basically letting go of your old self. It's breaking all the old habits. It's breaking your old reality, which is nothing else but combination of your limiting beliefs. So you probably feel like there's no way I can delegate this stuff because the company is gonna fall apart. There's no way I can be that brave because I fear something. So it's about overcoming that stuff, and then once we break, and this is the basic work that I do. Working with that subconscious programming and the energy work that we do, it's nothing like woo and I don't know what it is. It's basically clearing and taking you to that energetic match, to that frequency match, to where you want to be. And I've done it on many people, many clients, different scenarios, and yeah, it's so much easier to put somebody on a different frequency, and from that point, tell them and work with them how to switch their actions, how to switch their behaviors, because there's still a need to break your old habits, and this is something that you do. I can help you get to the different frequency, but this is on your part. This is the part of our free will and changing our life practically. So as I said at the very beginning, taking the responsibility for the reality you created. So, yes, vision aligned actions, maintaining the frequency, and working through your limiting beliefs. Because this whole journey of creating your dream life is nothing else but breaking apart the limiting beliefs. Because this is, as I said, nothing but a lie. And the vision that you want to hold, my mission is for everyone to tap into that star reality that we came here to embody. So there is this version of you that is absolutely unlimited. You can do anything, and you came here to share your gifts. And maybe for a lot of business people, it's, for example, oh, but I still want to make money. Oh, but I need to be this fancy somebody. Great, you can actually do that by embodying your most light energy. You can still make a lot of money. You can have your dream life. You can have more freedom, etc., etc. The only thing holding you back is the beliefs or the lies that you bought. So you think you might have to go to Nepal to actually discover yourself. Guess what? You don't have to go. You can start working on yourself here and now. You don't have to first do anything. You can start doing it here and now. So start embodying your energy. Start visualizing, start dreaming, daydreaming. This is what I love and always recommend to everyone. Start daydreaming. This is why you're here for. Start tapping into your deep desires. This will give you the guidance, and your intuition will guide you to where do you want to go exactly. And about the vision, one last thing that I want to say. Think about, this is something that I did during my sessions. If you had genie in a bottle and you can ask them for anything, and this is how you create your dream reality. You can ask the divine nature for anything, or genie, whatever. What would you ask for? This is basically creating your like most unlimited version of yourself, of your reality. What are you gonna ask for? That's the reality where there are no limitations. So there's no limitation of time, of money, of popularity, of, anything. You're confident, you're fearless, you can, you're happy. If you had a genie bottle, what would you ask for? This is your guidance. And I'm gonna leave you with this. So start by creating your dream reality. Everything comes down to this. I hope this was helpful. And I have a little, last but not least, I have a little gift for you. I have future self activation meditation. So you can actually start tapping into your future self, the unlimited version. So below you will have the link to the meditation. It's absolutely free. It's a gift from me to you. So you can start tapping into this and start connecting with yourself, true self. Love you. Thank you so much.